Hello everybody, it's Farm Sim Guy here, hope you're well. We're back on Flint Hills. I have decided, after the poll that we put up, that you guys kind of voted pretty strongly that you wanted to see more Flint Hills. So here we are. I've also had a few other comments that it's hard to catch the live stream, and a live stream event is very different to a vid. So from now on, for the foreseeable future, we'll still do the Wednesday live stream, because that seems to be very popular, but we'll also do a more standard video, 25-minute, 30-minute video of Flint Hills, so you can catch up on the action through the week as well. So here we go, first one of Flint Hills, and just for a little recap, if you remember at the end of the last episode, we had just finished Field 5 with the smaller Bourgault planter. So we've got soybeans in here, and this field is done. So a quick look at the map. Field 5 and Field 9 are soybeans. Field 6 is also planted with soybeans. We are going to put corn in Field 7 and Field 18. And I'm considering buying Field 19, but we'll see how we get on with Fields 7 and 18. We've got to finish cultivating Field 18, and Field 17 hasn't been touched since it was harvested as well. So we've got a bit of work to do. Now, before we jump into the action, a few things to update you on. The Discord server is now up and running, and we've got a good few members joined already, but if you want to join in with the community chat, have a good laugh with a very good bunch of people, I've got to say, I've really enjoyed your company on the live streams, getting to know some of you. We've got a really, really warm, friendly, helpful community. If you want to join the Discord and join in on the action, by all means do. And we are well on our way to setting up our multiplayer server as well. So that's where you'll find a lot of the information on that and when we're gonna make that live. Also, don't forget about the merch store. There's some quite nice Flint Hills t-shirts in there that I've added this week. A couple of designs in there. One of them recommended by Ian, one of the guys on the channel. So definitely worth a check out of those. And one other thing I've got to do, give a shout out to a guy called Coleman Sims. He's just set up a YouTube channel. He's got a very similar playstyle to me. That's why I really like him. And I strongly recommend go check him out. He's very, very relaxing and enjoyable to watch. So have a look, give him a sub. He's a good guy. So first job today, we will run this back to the farm and get it parked. I have to say this Case Magnum is a noisy tractor. It's a lot noisier than a lot of the others. I have to zoom out a little bit further so it doesn't impact on my microphone and the fact that you guys can hear me. So we'll get him parked up. I don't think we will need this smaller planter again. I think Field 7 we could probably run with the larger corn planter anyway. So we will pop him in here. And I think the next thing we'll do is go and finish cultivating down on Field 18. So here we are. We had got pretty well on with this field. If you remember in the live stream, we've got a few more rows to go, and then we'll do the headlands. But the case was making fast work of it. The GPS is turned on, so we will jump straight into a little time lapse and get this finished before we go and see what to do next. So there we go, guys. That is all the up and downs done on this field. We've still got to do the headlands, which we can quickly do now. But I hope you enjoyed that. I was playing around with different angles as I was driving through the field. It's hard with maps like this to... I mean, if I just ran that as a time-lapse for you guys, it gets pretty boring because they're pretty big fields. So I just thought I'd have a play around with that. Actually, it kept me interested as well. So if you like that, drop a comment below. I can do that again in future time lapses. But for now, let's get these headlands done. And then we're just going to nip across the road to this field over here. Field 7, which is a lot smaller than this one. And get that cultivated as well, ready for some planting. So let's crack on with this. Okay, so there we go. That's all done. We're just going to pop it over the road now. I'm going to fold it up, because there's a lot of telegraph poles and things around here. So it needs folding up. We'll pop it across the road. I'm going to put it on course play though. What I'm going to do is run a couple of trucks up to the ethanol plant. We've got a lot of dry corn in the bins, and I'm conscious that come the summer and when the harvest's ready, we're going to need that space cleared out. So I'm going to set that up, and hopefully by the time that's done, he'll be finished in this field. Just trying to work out where the entrance to this field is. I think I can maybe just run it on here. It doesn't look like there's a ditch just at this point. Oh, there is, but it's a very shallow one. Hopefully I'll get through this. Not too bad at all. Okay, because we've got telegraph poles around the outside of this, I'm definitely going to cut into it probably 2 headlands. So what I'll be working on in the middle is very little actually, hopefully. Let's just have a look what the course looks like when I set it up. Yes, as I thought, that's quite a clean course. Let's just run that and see how he gets on. I'll be close enough if there's any issues, so hopefully he'll be alright. Right, here we are back on the farm. Let's get this guy loaded up and running. So the aim is here, we just run a couple of these down. I do at some point want to set up an auto drive course. I just haven't had the chance yet, so potentially I'll do that off camera, so I don't have any mistakes on the actual vid. So I'll get that set up, but if it works, it's certainly another video I want to do a tutorial on. It looks like a really good system actually. A kind of perfect complement to courseplay. Because one of the issues I find with courseplay is it's not that great for hauling courses. But AutoDrive just looks that little bit more sophisticated. That obviously fieldwork, courseplay is brilliant. But AutoDrive could be the solution for doing things like grain runs and point-to-point driving. So let's get both of these loaded up and over to the ethanol plant. There we are, fully loaded up. So let's get this guy down to the ethanol plant and start making a bit more cash. Now it's been funny since I obviously restarted this series. We're now on seasons on the new version of the map with the custom textures, which is a huge update, and it's made what was already a brilliant map even better. Just some tidying up and some real finessing, shall we say, of an already brilliant map. Now one of the funny things we've done with this is obviously switched to case kit. A lot of case kit. Now we do have some John Deere kit still, and it was funny because I was chatting to one of my subscribers, Big Daddy. How you doing, Big Daddy? Friend of the channel, and he did say, "Hey, Iowa's a red state, man. You should not be running John Deere." So I changed everything up, you know, because I'm not completely clued up on what's what in the States. And then a load of you guys were like, well, "What are you doing?" It's a green state. So what we'll do, I think, is we'll find a balance, shall we? We've got a lot of you saying, yeah, I think you'll find this as much a green state as it is a red state. So we do have some John Deere kit. I think as we move into harvest, we'll see a little bit more of that John Deere kit. It's nice, though, to run a little bit of different kit. I've become lazy sometimes with my vids, and John Deere just are my go-to tractors. So I kind of liked the fact that I had my hand forced a little bit by you guys to do something a little bit different, and I am enjoying using the case kit. So thank you for that, guys. But don't worry, we'll still have some John Deere on here as well. We're not going to ignore that completely. No way. And we've got our class combines as well, which are a bit of the stars of the show on this series, by the amount of questions I've been asked about them. So they're staying. And now I'm excited actually to see if we can run 3 combines again. There was a bit of an issue really with just frame rate and things like that on the last map. Me running too many mods as well was definitely an issue. But now I think with the new frame rate improvements, because I'm running less mods, it's definitely feeling like I could potentially get away with running 3 combines. We shall see. How I'm going to keep up with them, that's a different question, but I'd like to try 3 combines at some point. Maybe on Field 9, and we have got soybeans in Field 9 this time actually, which don't yield as much as corn, so we might just get a little bit more respite between combines being full than we did when we were doing the corn. So let's get this second trailer unloaded and we will get back to the farm. So a nice 46,000 from that load. Let's go back to the farm and load up again with another load. Just before we do that though, let's look at seasons. We're not going to plant today. Let's get the planter ready at some point, but we're not going to plant today. We've already planted soybeans before I kind of realised that maybe we were being a bit premature there. So they've germinated, so not an issue. It may have an impact on yield. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's hope there's no frost damage or anything. If the temperatures get too cold, we'll just have to wait and see. But I think there's no point in us rushing to get the corn in. We have got quite a long season ahead of us to get that planted, so we won't plant that today. We will put it in tomorrow, start putting it in tomorrow. I'm also running a little bit faster on the timescales now, so we're running a 5 times. So there's a lot to do. They're big fields, so with that in mind, we should utilise this time to get a few loads of corn down to the plant and unload it. So let's head back to the farm now. Right, here we are back on the farm. I'm going to very quickly load these straight up. Probably cover them up though, and we'll run them over in a little while. Okay, that's trailer 2 full. Let's just cover it up. Okay, so that's safe in there. We'll just spin him around and park him up for a little minute, and we will jump out and we'll get our planter ready. Now we have installed some silos on the farm for corn and fertilizer, so it means that we can fill them up quickly. That grain dry is still belting it out. Let me just go and have a look, see how much we've got to go. Still just under 500,000. 500,000 litres still to go in terms of drying corn. So it takes a while. It takes a while. So here we are. It would appear my combine headers had a little bit of a problem there. I need to fix that at some point. And this one is doing a magic trick, pushing itself through the wall. So where I tidied those up rather nicely, ready for harvest, there's a bit of a job to do to fix them. But here's the quad track. Look at those 3D tracks, they look lovely, don't they? And on the back of it is this brilliant cedar, case cedar, which we'll, I keep saying cedar, it's a planter. It's for corn. Let's get this out, run it to the silos and get it topped up. Now, quantity wise, I don't know how much this takes, so I don't know how often we need to come back and fill it up. We'll just have to see. Liquid fertilizer as well, so we'll top up with that, and then it's ready for tomorrow. We will just pull him around here, pull him to one side, and just park him up for a little while so he's good and ready for tomorrow. Now I do think we also have a job to get ammonia on these fields, just to help with corn growth. So what I'm going to do is pop in here, and just to keep you John Deere guys happy, we'll grab this guy and we'll go and do some ammonia work. Right, let's get him loaded up. Let's get the truck over as well and take things from there. So there we go. I'm going to leave that just where it is, so we can get the tanker in the field and load up the tanks at the back of the applicator. So let's go and get that tanker now. Let's hope we're close enough. We will soon find out. Look at that. It's almost like we know what we're doing. Right, let's get this filled up and let's get this field started. Okay, that course looks interesting. I have set up a few changes to what I would normally do here, thanks to one of my subscribers, Raymond Volkler, the other day, who sent me some brilliant suggestions for courseplay. One of them is on the turns. You know how I get really annoyed that it doesn't always capture the end of the turn? Well, he said to up the headland overlap there, so we've done that, and I'm going to skip rows. I know I do that with GPS, but I've never tried it with courseplay. I didn't really know how it would work, so I'm intrigued to try that. So, a few interesting new things here. If these work, I will certainly let you all know about it, but just a little bit of a shout out for Raymond and his contribution to the channel, so thank you, sir. Let's see how this goes. Well, I just saw it flash up in the corner of the screen and I thought, oh, he's hit a telegraph pole, he's got stuck on something. Our Steiger is well and truly stuck on a headland here. Look at this. I wonder if it's a wet part of the field. I don't know what's happened here. And it appears that it was just a very subtle rise in the hill, so I think this case is actually on the limit of its horsepower, which is interesting. Because that wasn't a steep hill, but he got very stuck there. So, certainly in terms of grip or power, he was struggling. But he's up and running again now, so we will let him finish. He's got one headland to go. We may need to come back and help him again. Just get through that little dip. But let's go back to seeing how we're getting on with that anhydrous course. Okay, this looks like it's working really, really well. We're skipping rows at the moment, which will come back and complete later on, but I see the Steiger's slipping again. He's just got one little bit of headland still to go. I think he's actually underpowered. The moment he hits a tiny, tiny little hill, he's struggling, so we'll need to look at that. But looking at this, you can see it's hard in as the sun's going down, it's getting dark, but you can see the stripes where the ammonia has been applied, and you can see where we've got to come back and do more. I'm going to let him run through the night, or certainly on for a little bit. What we'll do is we'll just go and get that Steiger unstuck and get that last bit of the field finished, and then we will, like I said, we're going to let this guy run. He's looking good. He looks really good with the lights on, I've got to say. His rate is good, so we're not looking to need to refill him anytime soon. So things are looking good, and as the days come to a close, we are prepped to start planting tomorrow, so hopefully we can get this field done and move him over to field 7, and we can start planting this field in the morning. So I'm just going to manually finish this now. You can see the lights from the John Deere just ahead there, which looks very cool. Putting the ammonia down, and we will probably call it there for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the fact we've got a Flint Hills vid up every week now, as well as the live stream. I know it's difficult for you guys to commit the time to watch a live stream, and it is a very different experience. I totally accept that. So hopefully you enjoy this. We'll see how this new season goes. It's fun playing this in seasons, I'm not going to lie. Adds a whole another dimension to it, which is great. So we will see what the future brings. But for now, really enjoying this map still. If you haven't played it, guys, I strongly recommend you download it. It's thoroughly enjoyable and incredibly well finished. So, you know what to do. Links are in the description. On that note, for me, the Farm Sim Guy, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your support, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye for now.